Hey guys, welcome back to TTMR. We're back with Sean and I, and today we will be reviewing The Running Man, directed by Edgar Wright, starring Glenn Powell, Josh Brolin, and Michael Cera, to name a few. Wright has had a very notable career over the last few years with his directorial work on Baby Driver, Scott Pilgrim, and Shaun of the Dead.
The Running Man follows Ben Richards, a husband who is faced with the difficult task of financially aiding his family, including his sick daughter. Approached by producer Dan Killian, Ben is convinced to enter as one of 3 participants in The Running Man, a game show where participants must survive 30 days while being hunted by 5 hunters led by Evan McCone alongside many other soldiers. While one formal runner lasted 29 days, Ben enters the competition needing to face impossible odds and fight for survival and a better life for his family.
We are now getting into spoilers here, so if you want to skip this section, go to this timestamp. Wow, this movie truly blew all my expectations out of the water. I was certain I was going to enjoy this film due to my overwhelming love for Glenn Powell and all of his performances, but this was no run-of-the-mill film. There are just so many positive aspects to talk about here. I would like to first start out by talking about just how hilarious this film is. Not many movies are able to get me to genuinely laugh out loud like this movie did. This most certainly comes from the writing itself, but in my opinion, it's the actors and actresses who elevate the comedic moments on screen. Notable performances were given by both Powell and Coleman Domingo. Domingo, playing the ever-so-charismatic Bobby T, adds such excitement and humor to the film. He never has a dull moment, and his performance is out of this world. You truly do believe this is a man who finds utter joy in the torture these lower-ranking people are put under. Next, I have to discuss the action sequences in this film. Every fight scene we get between Ben and a hunter, or even just the network goons, is shot and choreographed beautifully. I love how in the ending fight on the jet and with McCone, they choose to use little cuts and just give us straightforward scenes. It allows the watcher to feel as if they are there, in the scene. The sound design in this scene was also phenomenal. Each blow taken or given by Ben feels real. This, again, helps to create an immersive experience for a viewer that I heavily believe elevates the film as a whole.
What a truly phenomenal movie. I was really excited to watch this movie because I thought the trailers looked awesome and that it was led by Glenn Powell, who I really enjoyed in movies like Top Gun Maverick and Devotion. Though I was a bit apprehensive because some of the negative reviews suggesting it wasn't anything very special. After having watched the movie though, I honestly can't believe how many negative reviews there are. Seriously, don't get it wrong. This movie is absolutely fantastic. I just have to say that Glenn Powell as the lead for this film was absolutely perfect. He both looked the part and gave an absolutely stellar performance that made it really easy to get into the scenes and the story. He was able to capture not only what was needed for him as an action star, but was also equally convincing when needing to emotionally appeal as a desperate husband willing to do anything for his family. Honestly, I don't think I can imagine anyone else in the role. He really sold it for me here. Beyond Glenn himself, the VFX were also very solid. It really sold the futuristic aesthetic, set pieces, and made sure to never really take me out of the experience. Both Glenn and the atmosphere created by the effects, colors, and framing made this film feel extremely unique. Now that ending, oh man, that ending. This easily could have been one of those instances of it's more about the journey than the destination, but that is absolutely not the case here. This movie stays consistently thrilling and interesting throughout its runtime, and then hits us after Ben supposedly died in the exploding plane with Ben meeting his wife again while disguised, then showing Ben walking through the fire up to a defeated Dan who had been manipulating him from the very beginning, and finally killing him as the credits roll. Ending this movie with such impact and satisfaction really made it something to remember.
When it comes to picking out the best and worst qualities of this film, it's both easy and difficult. The worst trait that this movie has is its third act pacing, being a little unclear at times and seeming to move a tad too fast. This is by no means a factor strong enough to even knock this movie down a full point, but it is a noticeable aspect that could have been done better. Now, hands down, the best part of this film has to be the usage of Glenn Powell. He is a phenomenal actor and his performance and line delivery are nothing short of spectacular here. His charisma and dedication to his roles always draw me in, and it's the same case for his portrayal of Ben Richards. Both of these traits also allow for the ending of the film to be just that much more impactful. His performance makes you truly believe this is a man who will do anything to make it back to his family and beat the odds he is facing.
Rating this movie really wasn't difficult. We both absolutely love this movie, and I think our thoughts have thoroughly reflected that. Both Max and I decided to give this film a 9.5 out of 10, which of course results in an average score of 95%. While it's very rare for a movie to be practically perfect, this one is certainly extremely close with all that we've mentioned.
Now that we have established and shared our thoughts and opinions, what is our final verdict? Should you ignore the critics and watch The Running Man? 1000% yes! This movie is jam-packed with incredible, nail-biting action, emotionally deep and thought-provoking concepts, rich character performances, and great VFX. This is for certain a must-watch if you love sci-fi or action movies, or even if you just want to watch a great story with meaningful character arcs and depth.
So with that being said, that has been a review of The Running Man. Remember that this is just our opinion, so you don't necessarily have to believe everything that is said here. Come back soon for more reviews or browse existing ones on the channel.
We hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and if you enjoyed, you could like or subscribe to help us out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.